In this lesson, we're going to install the component that is going to be used to create this online school. So once you're here, you just want to click on choose file. And once you have it, you click upload and install. All right, so now you get this message that installing component was successful. So you're redirected to this page once you install it. And right now it has one course, one teacher. And this is just some demo stuff that's here. And when you scroll to the bottom, it shows you all the information in terms of your order, the best-selling course certificate. So to the left here, you notice that you have several menus. And what these are, they allow you to manage the front end, the back end of the site. So when you take a look, for example, at the settings here, you have the general, the layout, emails, promotional box, languages, teacher, and registration. So first, let's take a look at the general. The general here, this is where the general information that you set, for example, the currency. They have multiple currencies here that you can choose from. Do you want this to be before or after? You can choose also the date, the time, which is the format, and you can choose this AM, PM, or the 24-hour. And then you can choose here, whenever someone opens a new lesson, do you want it to open in the new window or do you want it to be in the same window? And we're going to take a look at that later. And then show news on cPanel. This is just going to show the latest news from the creators of the component with, new stuff. If you don't want that, you can just click no. And then the breadcrumb. And you want it to show powered by is going to have the company's name at the bottom, powered by, the company's name. You can click yes or you can click no. And then this is just the student default group. Now, what this is, the student default group is all those who are going to have access to this are going to have to be registered. Unless you're making your school absolutely free that anyone can, be able to access it, then you can make that, public, the guest. And then here at the bottom, the default video size. This is the video size that is going to be visible on the front end when people are watching it. Right now, it's set to 670 by 480 by 400, but you can change that. And when we start dealing with the front end, you're going to see the different sizes. We can change that or we can keep that. And then next here, you have the layouts. The layouts allow you to adjust how things show on the front end. And you can set the alignment, you can set the pixels, you can set the columns here. Do you want the courses, the list of categories to be 1, 2, 3, or 4 columns? And then you can change the description length. You can change the text description. And all this here, you can pretty much, this deals with the list of categories only. And if you want to change the category page, then you can be able to change the height, or you can change the width, you can change the alignment. And then here you have the list of courses. How do you want the courses to be presented? Do you want it to be presented with 2 columns, 3 columns, or 4 columns? Then you can choose that you want it to be a tree format or a mini profile. And we're going to take a look at how those look, in the front end when we get to that part. And then for the alignment here, you can set that to left or right. And then description, you can come back here. And then for the course page, do you want to show the image? Do you want to show the amount of students? So each course is going to have a section where you can show the amount of students for that particular course. Do you want to show the teacher's name, the release date? Do you want to show the level? The level is going to let people know, is the course, introductory, is it intermediate, or is it advanced? So you can choose from those. And do you want to show the pricing on the front end? And then for the tabs here, these are the different tabs that show up on the courses, the table of content, description. So you have the option of showing or just to hide it. So if there's something that you don't want to show on the front end, you just have to simply come back here and click on hide. So if you don't want the requirements to show up, you just click on hide. And then for the buy now, do you want to show the buy now button? Do you want it to be at the top, or do you want it to be both at the top and at the bottom? You want to show the close all? And let's move over here to the teachers. And then you have, the layouts. It's pretty much the same thing, but just it allows you to organize each page the way that you want it to be. For example, if you wanted the teacher's layout to have 4 columns and you wanted the course layout to have I'm sorry, the list of courses to have 2 columns, then you can set that. So this is here for the teachers, list of teachers, and then this is for the individual teachers page. This is the image pixel that you can set. And next you have the emails here. These are the system emails to the teachers, to the admin, and to the students. Because this has a front end functionality where teachers can be able to upload their courses. You can set the unapprove, approve, all the different emails here. And once you make your selection, you're able to customize this, and you just put the placeholder here, which takes care of the automation part of it. So you can go through these and then just edit. So whenever a new teacher is pending, you can set them this stuff here. If you want to send stuff to the admin, if you want to send stuff to the students, this is where you come to set up. And then of course you have the front end, the name here from where it's coming from, and then the email. You can put your website name there. And then let's take a look at the promotional box. What happens here is that whenever someone tries to access a course on the front end, if they're not members of the site, then if they haven't purchased that course, then this message is going to show up. And then you can also modify what they say here. And then once we take a look at the front end, then you're going to see how all this ties in. And then of course they have the languages here, which is multilingual, which is one of the great things, with Joomla, that you can have a multilingual site. So you can see it gives you a breakdown of the language file. This right now is the English language file, and you can be able to change some of these here through the back end, through the server side. So I wouldn't recommend you touching this, but this allows for customization. Sometimes if you want to change some of the lingo here, then you can always do that. And you can, change it to whatever language, that you want. If you want to, of course, change the entire language or to a different, then there's a little bit more technical stuff that you have to get done. And let's take a look at the teacher section. This is the setting here for the teachers. Allow teachers to, do you want your teachers to create free courses, add media? These are the permissions that you can set for your teachers, the parameters. So if you don't want your teachers to create free courses, then in order for them to create a course, that course has to be paid. Do you want them to add media, edit on media, add courses, on auto approve courses? This setting here, whenever someone creates a course, do you want this to be auto approve? Can they edit their own course? Do they have to, right to add quizzes, final exams, and edit? So this is where you go to set that. And then the teachers group, the default group here, you can set that here, which is a register. Do you want to auto approve teachers? Whenever someone signs on the site, do you want to automatically approve them as a teacher? This is something that I wouldn't recommend that you do. If you're trying to build a quality site where people can learn, they have to first get approved. But once again, that's based on your personal preference. And then you have the registration here, and you can put the terms and conditions for teachers so that they can be able to see when they're registering on your site. Then you have the one here for students. So these are the terms and conditions that they have to agree to when they are signing up. You can enable those or you can disable those. And when you disable those, then they don't see that. But when you enable those, then they're able to see that, and they have to check on that they agree to that. And then you have the managers, and it just gives you a list of all the teachers that you currently have. And then it's also going to give you a list of all the students here, so you can manage all your teachers and you can also manage all your students. You click on the teachers section from the managers here. It gives you their name, their title, their email, and you have the option here for all your teachers. If you don't want to show certain information, for example, if you don't want to show their website, then you can hide it. If you don't want to show their blog or their Facebook page or their Twitter, then you can come here and you can hide it. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. And you can, for their photo, they can also upload their own photo, or you can upload on the back end. And then here you also have a bio section where the teacher put their name and all the stuff here at their bio, so students get to see and know who that particular teacher is. And then you have the courses section here. Right now there's just one course here, And then you can always create more, and we're going to go over that. And you have the courses categories. You can create, different unlimited number of categories. So that way, when teachers are adding something, they can pick and choose the category that they want. You can also create nested categories. And then let's take a look at the progress bar. The progress bar is when the students are watching the videos. It's going to show the different colors. So when they're done, when they're not done, the current lesson color. And you can also change these here by just clicking on it. So whenever the student is done with a particular class, it's going to show this color. Whenever they're not done, it's going to show this color. And whenever there's the current lesson, you can choose the width. And you can also choose to show if you want to show that or not. So here's just a preview on the side of it here. And then the Canina form. This is another form that, allows for integration with this component. But you first have to download it. So you can click here to download. I'm going to cover that, in another lesson. But then this is where once you've downloaded it, then you can come here and you can be able to choose the settings for it. But the forums are great because when students are watching the videos, if they have a question, they can use that to, ask questions. You can be able to provide support through there. So forums are definitely great things to have. And then here you have the media section. This is where you deal with adding new media, whether it's a video, whether it's an audio, and when you click on this type here, it gives you the different type that you can add. You can add a video, audio, document, a URL, an article, an image, a text, or a file. So based on the selection you choose here, it's going to give you the option here. So for example, when you choose video, it gives you the option to put the video code or the video URL. The same for the audio. You can put the audio code or the audio URL, and then you go through the list here for document. You can upload the document file here. But one of the things is that if you're going to upload the document file or whatever file that you're uploading, there's a 64 megabyte max. So you can't have something much bigger than that. And then you get to choose the category for this, the media library, and you get to choose the teacher for it. And I'm going to go over that a little bit more as we, start creating courses. And then here you have the add mass videos. You can add mass videos from Vimeo or YouTube. So if you want to just import some of your videos from there, you can choose from Vimeo. And you can choose to start with one, how many per page. And then you can also choose from Vimeo here and select the sections that you want this to go in. And do you want it to be for students, for members, or for guests? So that allows you to do that. And then here's the media library. This is where you add all your media. And once you've added your media here, then you can be able to connect it to your courses. So this section here deals with you can add the different types of media as shown before. And then you have the media category. This just goes through and show you the different categories that you can have here. And then you have here the media storage, just showing you the file path to where things are uploaded. And you can always change these, but I'll just recommend that you leave this default for now. And then of course, as you advance in your understanding, you can always change those. And then you have this part here for quizzes. Quizzes are a great way for you to make sure that your students are learning. And you can choose a regular quiz, or you can choose a final exam. So for a university or college, they can utilize a system like this where the instructors are able to create their own quizzes, and they can be able to create their own final exam. And you can watch to see how your students are doing, how, what they're struggling with. And that gives you a really clear idea of the best way to help your students. You can also have a quiz countdown. And the quiz countdown, it gives a certain amount of time that the quiz must be completed within that period of time. So you see here, you can set the time, you can set the width, you can set the font, you can set the alignment, you can choose the color, and all that stuff here, which makes it so much easier. And students can be able to see how much time that they have left to take a particular quiz or exam. And then you have here the certificates. Once they complete a course, you can award them certificates. So you can actually custom design certificates and then upload them through here, or you can just use these. So there's a lot of flexibility that you can do with this thing. So whenever, so let's say for example, if this for an online college or university, then when students are done with a particular course and they've met all the requirements, if they've passed the final exam, you can award those students an official certificate, and you choose the library that you want this to be generated from. So you can just click preview here to get an idea of what it looks like. Now this is what it looks like, but it's just placeholder, so it's not gonna have all this. It's going to have the person, the actual name, and all the information. This is certificate of completion, and you can go through here. This is just the different ones that they have, and you can also, upload your own. You can choose your own, and you can, change the background color. You can change the font color. So certificates are really, really awesome to have, and you have the templates here. What you see here, this is it here, so you can change those and the placeholders for them. Certificates are really awesome to have because people love to feel accomplished. When they accomplish something, they want to see something that says, you've accomplished. It's like an approval type of thing. So once they complete a course, then it's always great for them to be able to get certificates for it. And when they get certificates, they can use that certificates just as a personal accomplishment for them. They can use that to get a job. They can use that for a variety of different things. They can use that to show other people that they know what they're doing. So if you're offering, let's say, a course on PHP, you can offer, people that complete that course or certificate, official certificate, or Java or marketing, whatever it is, you can offer certificates for that. And then here you have the finances. You can see the number of orders that have come in. Right now there's nothing here, but it's going to show up all the orders, the student name, the status, the payment method, the courses that they're taking. And then you have the promo codes. You can set a promo code to be able to generate some sales. You click on new here at the promo codes manager. You're able to put in the information here, the limit, the time, the amount. Do you want to be percentage or a certain amount, the start, the end? This is for the system. So all the courses you can, set a promo code. So when people take that course, they get a certain amount of discount. Do you want it to be only for existing students? Or do you want it to just be for whatever? And then here you're going to get the usage, how much time is left, the time left, and all that, good stuff here. So promo codes are a really great way for you to utilize to increase sales. Because if you have a course, let's say a course for $100, and you have a promo code where people can take that course for $10 or for $20, you can input that information here, and all the courses in the system are going to be reduced to that specific amount. So that way it's universal, and people can take the course instead of paying full price. They can choose that specific amount. And then the payment plugin here, you can accept payment through offline or PayPal. And I recommend that you leave this as the PayPal because it's the most accepted form. You want to make sure that you click on the PayPal here. This is going to allow you, bring you to this page here where you can change where the payments are going. So you want to go to advanced, and you want to, where it says PayPal email, you want to put in the email account, your PayPal email account. If you don't put anything there, you're going to have an issue where it's not going to work. And if you put in the wrong information there, the payments are going to go to the wrong person. So if you accidentally put in the wrong email, please use my email. I wouldn't mind the extra cash. But you want to make sure that you put in the right email there so that you get, the amount. There are different ways that you can charge for this. You can charge a one-time fee. You can charge per hour. You can charge per, every month, every 3 months. And the best thing about this is you can create the different payment options that you want, the payment plans. So you can charge a one-time fee. And with the one-time fee, once they pay for something one time, they have unlimited access to it. They don't have to pay again. Or if you want to do a membership type, They can pay every 6 months. They pay one fee, and that fee covers for 6 months. They can pay for a year. So when you click on new, this is going to allow you to create your own payment terms. Do you want it to be every 2 weeks or whatever it is? So you put the type here, the name, and then you edit the subscription type. So if you want to have something where people pay monthly, or people pay yearly, or people pay a one-time fee and they don't have to pay anything else, then you have the option of selecting that here. And then these are the system emails. So with the system emails, every time that someone purchases something, they're going to automatically get this email. If they're doing a membership, after 3 days after the membership expires, they're going to get this email. If the membership is going to expire within a day, they get this email. So you want to make sure that you edit these emails. You can put whatever you want on there. Once again, you have access to the placeholders here, and you can edit this. This comes with just a default template here, which, works for most people, but you can always add your own stuff, just by editing it. So you have the options here of selecting the type of subscription that you want. And then, you can just pretty much go from there. So this covers everything in terms of the core functionalities. And the next lessons, we're going to break these down and actually start to create the courses.